What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Barry, one half the Huang Bros, and today I have something very exciting. We're going to update the interior of my Lexus RCF. It's something that we've all in the RCF community that we've all been wanting, an updated screen, infotainment screen. So what's in the content? It's the content side of this box. We've got, looks like the instruction manual. You're not gonna need this because you're gonna follow my instructions, right? Yep. We got all the cables. We've got the other portion to the lower portion to the screen, the panel. And then we have, ooh, the big screen. This is what we're gonna install today in my Lexus RCF. One tool you'll need is the Lexus screwdriver and flathead. You can get it in the back of your trunk, but you will need this. To begin this, you're gonna start inside the car. You probably wanna move your seat all the way back. You need the flathead, and you're gonna pry these panels out. So there should be a little point right here that you can insert this. Just, ooh, that was a fail. Just gotta stick it in slowly, not to damage your interior. Stick it all the way, and then at that point you can put your hand inside and pull it back from the front. And then this right here should pop out, and then you're gonna pull towards you. Bam, all the way in, and then use your hands. You should pop out and pull towards you. That way you don't break these. Next would be these screws right here. This one and that one right there. Lefty loosey. These top ones are kind of tricky, but after this you can pull the panel out. Start from this side, just like that, and it comes off. On this side now we just bam, yanked it from the top. Now these are released. Now we have to take off the shift knob. So for this one, down there, and then twist it off. And then later we have to put this in neutral, and that way we can take off the center console. That's out. To begin removing the center console, I'm gonna put this car in neutral, and then I'm gonna put my e-brake on, and then I'm gonna turn off the car. Now we can remove the center console easily without this part hitting this part. We have to start by getting this right here. Another Phillips. Oh, that went somewhere. I'll eventually find it. Okay, so far I don't see anything on this side, so maybe we can just lift it up. I will tell you, this part is gonna be kind of scary because you're like, okay, how do you yank this? Because this won't come out. But let me tell you, you just gotta lift it from here, full send it. Just lift it, full send it. Bam, now it's out. Now notice that the gear selector is back here, not up there. So now you can easily remove it from the bottom. I mean, that's really enough just to, if you don't want to, you can just lift it up and just put it down. Now we have free access to all this. This next step, we're gonna move the 10mm to all the silver ones. So silver here, silver there, and a silver one right there. Not the black ones, but the silver ones. And I just put them in my cup holder. All right. So at that point, you got all the 4 screws out, all 4 10mm. I'm gonna have a towel here, that way you don't damage this climate control system. You're gonna yank. I guess really you're gonna yank it out. So this part might be kind of scary for you guys, but we have to yank from here and here. Might take some time to wiggle it out, but just wiggle side to side and it should come right out at least. So I decided to put the car back into park, so the screen doesn't give me some weird screen that it did before. Now we're gonna remove this panel right here. All I'm doing is using my fingernails. You probably use a panel removal tool. right, once you get that out, slowly remove this right here because it has that right there, that edge. Slowly remove it. And then we have 2 more 10 millimeters to remove, and then the screen should come out. Putting that back in the cup holder, and then this should come out face flat. Just pull towards you, and then just slowly set it down. Now that the wires are exposed, we will go to the wiring now. I'm gonna start by removing the OEM screen's plugs. You have to pry that out. Now the screen can be placed somewhere else safely. After getting this out, the next part, the hardest part, is actually not the wiring, but it's actually feeding the cables through here so that it's not hidden. Otherwise, they'll be dangling in the front, which we do not want. I'm going to show you 2 methods to getting these wires. We'll call this the big cable because it's got the big green one, and we have this one. Let's call this the USB cables because there's 2 USBs on there. I have 2 tricks to getting these cables in from the right side and the left side. Now we're going to start with the right method. For us to do this, we have to feed this underneath here because I will tell you, these big fat ones will not fit in through here to go down there. So to begin, you got your little ones, grab the 2, all right, and you're going to feed into the right. You should feel some sort of smushy, something smushy and like soft on the right side, and then it'll go up and feed out and come out through here. So as I'm putting my hand here, I'm gonna feel on the front right here. And I'm going to reach and grab for one of the connections. And then once I grab it, I will feed it, which I just grab right here. This is as painful as it sounds. See, we got one connector. Now try to pull it through and get the other one as well. At the same time, we have to be careful not to snatch this, grab this white connection off and rip off the end. So as you're pulling from top, you're gonna feed the bottom as well, so there's slack. And voila, we got the the biggest one through. Bottom one is dangling down here with these big ones too. All right, now let's get the USB cable, the smaller one. Now this method might seem a lot easier, but it just all depends on how you want to do it. So this comes off the OEM screen. This black part is still being used, so I'm gonna use the little one, the very tiny one, and connect it to here and feed this yellow one through here and watch it dangle down here, and I'll connect this through there, and then I will pull it up. Feed it to the left. There should be a small pocket where you feed in. If you put your hand underneath, you could probably feel for it dangling. And just like that, we have it right there. Now we just connect the other yellow one on there and we pull it up. All right, that is connected. So now we're gonna start pulling it up slowly so you don't rip any of the stuff. As you're doing this, you wanna feed from underneath as well. And just like that, we have our other cable. So this might seem a lot easier. You could do this for the big cable or the big green cable, or you could do it for the small one. It doesn't matter. Both could fit through here, or you could fit both through there. It doesn't matter. I am doing it big one to the right, small one to the left, only because it's actually more space on the right. So yeah, that's my method. And now let's start plugging in everything and do the wiring. Time for the wiring. I will tell you, everything really is truly plug and play. We're only targeting the big one and this one, only the red ones, this one and this one. So if one comes off, one goes in, so that comes out. Now we have the smaller ones, and we will feed this in. You hear it click, and now you will connect this red one, this end, to this end. Remove this one. come out pretty smoothly, like so. And then you're gonna connect this one to the big one, and the one big one back into there. You're gonna want to slowly push that in. Hear it lock and click. Now, this part can actually go back in here, but we're not gonna do that just yet. Now we're gonna mess with the screen. Now we've already done one of the steps if you use one of my methods. This is already plugged in, which is great. Now this one says camera R. It says camera R. Camera R will go into this right here, which just says back a car video in. Pretty funny. That's plugged in. Now we start plugging in everything back into the screen. I'm going to slowly put the screen back in with the teeth. So I pushed everything in the back. I have my mic out here with a little bit extension. So I'm gonna put them back in. And then there isn't really any clicking, but now we just put the panel back in here. As much as we want to use the OEM panel, it will not fit. I've tried, so we're gonna have to put the one that they provided. Put that in first because it's got a little hook. Goes in and place it flat. And it is installed right there. Now we turn on the car. Okay, we now notice that it works, which is great. So now we're gonna turn it back off and we're gonna reinstall and everything. The reason why we want to turn it on and test it out is because we want to make sure everything is correctly plugged in. Screen restart button, we could honestly put this wherever we want, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on this later. So I'm gonna remove this bottom panel and feed this through, and then I will hide it, tuck it later on. Just gotta make sure it's not damaged. I'm going to feed the USBs underneath here so that I can put this somewhere else. To put everything back together, I'm going to put the gear selector back in neutral. So I'm gonna start the car. Put it in neutral. E-brake on, and then turn off the car. And then I'm gonna put this unit back in here. Fits like a champ. And then we gotta put the 4 10mm bolts back in. Slide the shifter through the shift boot. Now that the shifter's back in, we're gonna start the car and put it in park. And then we're gonna put the side panels. Once you got that one screw back in, you're going to put these panels back. This panel should go to this side, feed in the teeth, and then voila. The only items that should be remaining are these 2 screws from removing the OEM panel, because they were there, those 2. And then you have your OEM screen. Turn on the car. Watch it load up. Now, the issue is when you put it in reverse. When you put it in reverse, that's what you get. The OEM navigation, but it's okay. Put it back in park. Go to settings, go to automobile settings, go to reverse settings, and then you're gonna change the input from LVD to AV. Then go back, try reverse again, and that should give you your lines. On top of making sure the screen works, make sure everything else works. I press the home button, it should work. If you press car, it goes back to the OEM screen and all the buttons and stuff should still work. And then all you gotta do is press the screen again and it goes back to Android. If you want to see all the apps, you go to all app and then slide it and you get all your other stuff. Like climate controls work, it should be reading it. As I'm increasing it, it should be increasing, decreasing. AC on, AC off. Pressing dual, that works. One issue I am having is that this will still be loose, and it's just sitting against it. It may seem more uneven here because it's more deeper. This was more outer, but it's actually that's correct. I don't know, but my mic is right there, so I still gotta test that out. Alright guys, that's probably going to conclude today's video. If you think you learned something today, or you have more questions on how to do this install, leave a comment below. I'll respond to you. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for supporting us. And check out the channel. Bunch of RCF content, bunch of GTR content. And again, if you have any more questions, like, I will answer them. If not, hit me up on the DMs in the IG. Barry Huang a lot. And see you next DIY video. Peace.